Hello guys, we are going to learn the user interface of Autodesk Revit 2026. Okay, so the first time you open the software, you will be directed to this home page or home view. So as you can see here at the title bar, you can see here home, right? And then here on the left side, you'll be able to see the basic tools here like opening model, creating new project, opening a family, creating a new family. Okay, and then here also you'll be able to see the recently open or created projects. And then you can also sort it. You can change the view to list, and then you can also make it like a grid view. Okay, you can also sort it by name, by date modified, and type. Okay. And also you have here your Autodesk projects. So if you have Autodesk projects and then insights, and then this is the toggle on and off your new home view. So if you turn off this one, so it will looks like this. So this is the classic. It's not that classic, but this is the old home view, okay, or Revit home. But if you want to see the new one, so you just need to toggle it on, okay. And then you also have here what's the new update in Revit 2026, online help, community forum, customer support. Okay, so if you're going to click this button here, so it will close now your home view. So you'll be able to go to your project. So if you have project open, you'll be able to see it, but we don't have any project here. So what we are going to do is we're going to open a sample project. Okay, so let's go to file, and then here I'm going to select this arrow, and then look for the sample files here. So let's click this one because we are going to explore the user interface more of Revit 2026. Okay, so for this one, I think I'll just open up the Snowdon Tower Sample Architectural.rvt. Okay, so that's the file name, and then that's the file subtype. So I'm going to select open. All right. Okay, so here on the lower left corner, you can see the loading. Now it's already loaded. All right, so this is your Snowdon Towers sample architectural. Okay, so let's discuss the user interface. Okay, you see here you have tabs. Okay, so every time you click the tabs, it changes the tools below, right? So this portion here, okay, so that is what you call tabs, ribbon tabs. Okay, so that's your ribbon tabs. So if I'm going to click each tab, so below here you'll be able to see the different tools, right? And then you can also minimize it to panel buttons. You can also minimize it to titles. Okay, so you just need to click that one. So you can use this if you want to save up some space here. So you just need to click that icon there, and then I'm gonna click again to show the full ribbon. So this is your ribbon. Okay, and aside from that, this ribbon, it provides all the tools necessary to create your project, or if you want to create your family. Okay, so currently we are on, if you look here at the top on the title bar, so that is your Snowdon Tower Sample Architectural.rvt sheet G000 cover. So that's a sheet. So if I'm going to change the view, so let's say here, so I have the project browser. By the way, I'll just move the properties here. You can click this part of the properties window, and then you can just move it here on the right side to dock it properly. Okay, so this is your ribbon, and then just below your ribbon you can see the panels there. Okay, so these are the tools of the current ribbon. So let's say you are on architecture, so you can see these are the tools for the architecture. So you go to structure, you can see here the tools for structure. So you know the idea. So right now, so you will see that the tools here are disabled because we are on a sheet view. But here on the project browser, if I change that to level 1, for example, let me double click, just double click, and then it will open up the view. Okay, so you can see here on our architecture tab, you can now use the tools here for you to be able to create, let's say, for example, your wall, door, windows, and other tools. Okay, so this is your ribbon tools. Okay, and then you can see there the ribbon panel. And then if you click this one, it will expand. Okay, so that's your expanded drop down for your ribbon. So you can click that to see the other options here. Okay, just click that. Right, so that's your ribbon tab, and then these are the tools, and then there's your ribbon panel. Okay, and then there are also some panel that you can expand, like this one. So you can click that drop down arrow and then it will expand. So that's a expanded panel that you can pin. So you can click that and then it will pin that panel. Okay, so I'm going to unpin that one, and it will automatically minimize. Okay, so this is what we are going to use for this series of tutorial, because we are going to do Revit architecture. Okay, so that's your let's review. So this is the ribbon tab, so these are the tools, this is the ribbon panel, so this is your expanded panel. Okay, and then here at the top here, so this is your quick access toolbar. Okay, so that's your quick access toolbar. So what is quick access toolbar? So the quick access toolbar here contains a set of default tools. Okay, so these are default tools. So you can customize this toolbar to display the tools that you use most often. Okay, so these are the tools that we use most often. So like for example, this one, if you want to go back to your home view, just click that. Or you can also press Control D on your keyboard. Okay, Control D. So just click that one, you will be going back again to home. You click that again, you will be going to your project. Okay, so that's your home button. And then this one, open, obviously, if you want to open a project, okay, or family. All right, so this one is save. So the other tools here are disabled because we don't have any work shared project, and then we haven't done anything. That's why we can't undo anything or redo anything. So the other one here is print, the other one is PDF, activate, controls and dimensions, measure. Okay, so these are the commonly used tools. So if you want to add tools here, so let's say for example you want to add your wall, because you always use your wall, so that even if you are on annotate tab, you want to use the wall tool, so you can add it here on your quick access toolbar. So how to do that? So let's go back to architecture. You can right click the wall or any tool that you want to add to your quick access toolbar. So when you right click, you can see this option, add to quick access toolbar. So just click that. So it will now be added here, which is this one. So you just need to click this arrow to expand it more to more tools. Okay, just click that one, so you can now use the wall tool, so that even if you are on, let's say, view tab, and then you want to use the wall tool, so you don't need to go to your architecture, so you just need to click that arrow and then click the wall tool. Okay, so now what I do is I don't like to put my quick access toolbar here, so every time I always put it below. So I click the expanded arrow there and then click the drop down arrow. So what I want to do is I want to show it below the ribbon. So I click this one. There you go. And then I will be able to see all the tools that I have here on my quick access toolbar. So if you want to remove, let's say, your wall tool from your quick access toolbar, just click the drop down here and then look for the wall tool. Just right click. You don't need to click the drop down. So you just need to right click, and then you can select remove from quick access toolbar. So if you click this drop down here, you can see here that you can uncheck these default tools from your quick access toolbar. Like for example, you don't use synchronize with central. So you just need to uncheck that one, click that, and then it will now be disappear. So if you want to add that, so you just select again, so it will now be added. And same with the new button. So I select this new, and there you go. So there's your new button. So this is your quick access toolbar. Okay. So another tool or another part of your quick access or your user interface is, this portion here is what you call the options bar. Okay, so right now there is no options on our options bar. Okay, so the reason why is that because we haven't selected any tools, that's why it's empty. Our options bar is empty. So the options bar, which is located below the ribbon, so it displays conditional tools dependent on the current tool or selected elements. So let's say, for example, I selected here the architecture and then selected the wall tool. You can see that now my options bar will be populated with options that is related to the selected tool, which is in this case the wall tool. Okay, so it displays conditional tools dependent on the current tool or selected element. And also you will notice that if you select a tool, so there is a color green tab that will appear here on your ribbon. Okay, so that is your contextual ribbon tab. Okay, so that's a contextual ribbon tab. So just like your options bar, a contextual ribbon tab here, it provides tools relevant to the selected object or current action. So just like your options bar, it will only appear if you select a tool or select an object. So if you are going to cancel by selecting modify the tool, you can see that it will disappear. The green tab, the contextual tab will disappear, and same with the options bar here. Okay, so again, let's say I selected the door tool. So let's see. So there's no options here, but again, there's the contextual tab, which provides tools relevant to the selected object or current tool that you have selected. So you see you have the mode here, and then you have the tag there, which is under your contextual tab, modify play store. So I'll just select here modify to terminate the tool, or press escape. Okay, so that's how you escape from the tool. Just select modify or press escape. Okay, so what else? All right, so we also have this one, project browser. Okay, so project browser, this is very important. By the way, if you accidentally close your project browser, so you just need to right click again and then look for browsers here, and then just select project browser. Okay, so that's how you retrieve your project browser. So here on the project browser, it shows a logical hierarchy for all views. So these are the views, and then you also have schedules, sheets, groups, and other parts of the current project. So as you expand and collapse each branch, lower level items displays. Like, see, if I click that plus icon there, I can expand that one, right? Or you can also right click on your project browser, and then you can select collapse all. Okay, or you can right click again and then select expand all. Okay, so here you'll be able to see all the views that you have in your project, all the schedules, the sheets, groups, and other parts of the current project, including your families. So let me right click again and then collapse all. So you can also see here all the families that is currently loaded in your project. Families is it's like a blocks in AutoCAD if you're using AutoCAD that you insert inside the project to create your model. Okay, your design. So it helps you to create your design. So this is a must. So all the families that is loaded in your project, you'll be able to see it here on your project browser. Okay, you can also search from here. So like for example, if you're going to type a door, so you'll be able to see the door here, any options here that has something to do or that has the word door on it. So you'll be able to see it here. Okay, so just select here X to close it. So you can select here. Okay, on your search bar. Okay, so what else? So you also have your this is the name of the view that is currently open, by the way. So currently open is L1. A while ago we have the cover sheet, which is this one. So every time you open a view, it will just keeps on added on this part of your user interface. So like for example, if I go to views again and open up the floor plans, so if I open up L2, it will be added again here. Okay, so now if you want to close the other views that you don't need, so you only want L2, so you can click this icon here, close inactive views. Okay, so what's this again? So this is your quick access toolbar. So you just need to close that one or click that one to close the other views. So there you go. So it's now closed. Okay, so if you want to open again level 1, so it will be added here. Okay, so level 1, level 2. Okay, so there is one tool that I want to add again here on my quick access toolbar. So let's go to the view tab. And I want to add here tile views, or the shortcut is WT. So I'm going to right click this and then I select add to quick access toolbar. So it's now added here. So as you can see, I have level 1 and level 2 here on my level 1, and then I also have level 2 open here. So if I want to see it side by side, I just need to click here tile views, or you can type WT. So just click that one. As you can see, it's now side by side. And maybe what you can do is you can go to your navigation bar. So this is what you call navigation bar. You can click the drop down and then you can select zoom all to fit. Okay, zoom all to fit. So it will zoom all to fit the two views that you have open. So you can open up several views like level 3, double click. And also level 4. Okay, and then you can click here tile views or type WT. So there you go. Now you can zoom in each view one by one. Just click and then right click and then select zoom to fit, just like that. Or you can also press the wheel button on your mouse twice quickly, 2 times. Just press it 2 times quickly, the wheel button on your mouse, and it will zoom extends. So again, I'm gonna click here to make my level 4 active, and then I'm gonna press the wheel button twice. There you go. But what I want is I can just simply select here zoom all to fit. That one, zoom all to fit. There you go. Okay, so if you want to maximize one view, let's say level 1, so I can use this tab views. Again, I'm gonna add this to my quick access toolbar. Just right click, add to quick access toolbar, that one. So you just need to activate the view that you want to maximize. Let's say level 1. So just click here on level 1, left click, and then select here tab views. There you go. And then right click, zoom to fit. Okay, so another part of your user interface. So by the way, this is your, of course, this is your drawing view or design view. Okay, you can hold the middle button you can hold that to pan your drawing. Hold the middle button and then move the mouse. That's your pan. And then scroll it, zoom in, zoom in, zoom out. Okay, so you just scroll it and then you can pan. Alright, so here below, so this is what you call your view control bar. So the view control bar provides quick access to functions that affect the current view. Okay, so these tools that we have here, any changes that you made here, it will only affect your current view, like your level 1. So let's say if I change the scale, or if I change the detail level, the visual style, it will only affect your current view. Okay, so that's your quick access toolbar. So we are going to discuss that on our future videos. Okay, so I'm just telling you what's the name of that user interface. Okay, and then you also have your status bar here. So this portion. Okay, so this is what you call status bar. So if you are going to use a tool, like for example, let's go to the architecture and then select wall. You click that and then look at the status bar. So it will tells you what to do next. So it says click to enter wall start point. So you can click, right? And then you can click another point again. All right? So basically your status bar, so that is useful because it tells you what to do next. Or I'll select here modify to terminate the tool. It will tells you also what is the family if you hover your pointer. Like for example, this one, you hover your pointer, you see, look at your status bar here, you hover your pointer, so it tells you that that's specialty equipment. There's also a tooltips that appearing, right? You see there's a tooltip on your pointer, but it will disappear eventually. So once that disappears, you can look at the status bar, because the status bar, this part here, it provides tips or hints on what to do. Okay, and then when you highlight, no need to click. When I say highlight, just move your pointer over an object. Okay, when you highlight an element or component, the status bar displays the name of the family and type. All right. Okay, so what else? So we also have the properties here. Again, we are going to discuss properties as we moves on this training. Okay, but for the properties, if you don't have any object selected, the properties will show you the property of the current view. Okay, if you don't have any selected object. So these properties that we see here, so these are the property of your current view. Like the scale is 1:8 equals 1 foot, or the scale value is 1:96, the detail level is coarse. Okay, what else? The name of the view is L1, title on sheet is L1, floor plan. Okay, so that's your properties, the view properties, if you don't select any object. So this shows the view properties. But if you select an object, let's say for example this one, so it will now becomes instance properties. So meaning to say, the properties that you can see here is the property of the selected object. So that's why it's called instance properties. Okay, so if you escape, so that's a view properties. If you select object or objects, that's called instance property. Okay, the property of the selected instance, right? Okay, so that's it for our quick introduction on our user interface. So hopefully you learned something from this video. And thank you for watching. Have a nice day.